Today we take a trip to Orlando and visit Aquashella. I have thoughts, and it's all coming up right after this. Hey folks, this is Pecktec, and last week I made a trip to Aquashella. This video is a little bit all over the place, so I'm going to put a little timestamp in the description down below. So it's got a little bit of a fun travel vlog, a little bit of a montage, and then I'm going to wrap up with kind of a description of how Aquashella compares to other conventions and how it compares to itself from the last time I went. Hey, before we get started, I'd like to take a quick minute to thank my Patreons. They helped me. They were very instrumental. It took about 2 months of saving up my Patreon money to buy the Insta360, which did all the 360-degree video. This trip was really kind of an experiment to see how to use that camera and how useful it could be in making videos. I appreciate your patience. If you thought it was really weird that I was posting those live videos like that, I gave you no warning whatsoever. Some people really thought it was neat. Some people thought it was crap. That's the way it goes. But I could not have gotten that camera without the help of my Patreons, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You did more than just buy me a couple of sandwiches on the road. You really made this an interesting trip. Thank you. I'll be doing a review on the Insta360, the camera I used for some of the shots that you'll see, and some of the live streams that you saw from down there. I'll be doing a review on that again, like maybe a Wednesday, like an off Sunday day review for an extra video that week. Be sure to check it out. It's a really interesting camera. Real different than I thought it would be. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in time about a week back and see what we're up to. So what are you guys looking forward to the most at Aquashella?
Bucky's. You already had that. No, next. Moving on.
Yeah, we had a little Bucky's stop. It was probably the most amazing gas station I've ever seen. Where are we going, Ed?
We're going to Bucky's.
What did you just tell me about Bucky's?
Bucky's is the Disneyland of gas stations.
Oh my.
You do. You can let your kids play in the drainage ditch.
Woo! Hi, Mom! This is
Bucky's.
The biggest gas station I've ever seen in my life.
This gas station beats the one with condoms on the ground in Atlanta.
Says the person who didn't use the condoms. Maybe that person had a better experience than we did.
I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just going.
This is the really large gas station. Are you here for the food?
No, I'm here for t-shirts.
Oh.
I want a t-shirt, sunglasses, and Bucky nuggets. Oh, I guess that is food.
Okay. Bar none, the cleanest gas station restroom I've ever seen.
Should we start over? Because I just said, oh shit.
It's okay. I can make little beep sounds.
Okay.
Beep.
I'm looking forward to meeting people. There are a lot of people that I talk to on YouTube a lot, either watching my content or I watch their content, and I'm not actually going to meet in person. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to just taking a nap.
Yes, that too.
You're going all the way to Orlando to sleep?
I can get away from everybody there.
Exactly.
So
That's the best part of a convention is getting away from your family.
Oh. I was thinking maybe
I'm saying that because I know my
coworkers.
family doesn't watch your show.
No. Someone send a link. Yeah, I mean, I would say get away from my coworkers and stuff, but I work from home mostly, so that doesn't work.
Yeah, me too. Most of my coworkers are guppies or cats. Or I'm kind of working for them.
Yeah.
I'm going, like, I enjoy going to these shows anyway, like for meeting people and getting away from people, well, both the same thing, but usually I like it because I've just bought a new piece of gear and I want to try it out. So
Absolutely.
This year, everything's 360. We'll see how it goes.
So cool.
Maybe.
It's awesome.
Maybe. I hope so.
I also like eating out a lot at these things because it's fun. I like seeing my friends that I have on YouTube that I don't get to see in person very often or ever. Yep.
Those are good things.
Yep. I mean, I get to see Sean and James, but
So one thing I would recommend, and you wouldn't expect this from something fish related, maybe something more food show related, but Ed has a wonderful tendency of finding local people wherever we go and asking them where to eat. I really think that's a brilliant idea when you're out on the road, going to these different events, to find locals and find out where are the awesome places to try something maybe a little different. Because a lot of times we might look at a menu and go, oh, I'll eat that because it's safe and I know what I'm getting, but I find a lot of really good food along the way, asking locals.
I wear my fatness with pride.
Absolutely.
Well, I thought it was funny. We had a group chat going on Messenger about this trip and stuff, and the other day Ed was like, I hope we find good places to eat. I was like, wow, of all the things to hope for, I mean, I guess that's a noble thing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we will.
I hope we play a game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of some sort, and I also look forward to seeing some cool fish thing.
Yep. Hopefully it all comes to pass. We'll see.
Yep. Hopefully we find a place to sleep tonight.
Yeah. That would be great. We're here.
Drive up here.
We're here.
Taxis only.
that's sort of a taste of what I experienced there at Aquashella. It was there was a lot going on, a lot more than I could possibly capture in a brief little montage. I did try to get the high points though. I got to say this Aquashella was quite different from the Aquashella that I went to last time. So the last one I went to in 2019 was in Chicago. It was in this building. It was probably a large building, but it was a lot smaller than this venue. This venue felt like if Aquashella and the Aquatic Experience had a baby, that's what this was. That being said, there weren't as many vendors. There's a couple of notable people or companies that just weren't there at all. I thought that was interesting. For instance, I didn't see any Fluval presence there at all. I didn't really see a Marineland presence. So it wasn't really as corporate as maybe an Aquatic Experience would be. But I did see a number of other companies I really like. You know, we had Awase, Aqualife, Seven Ports, and Seache, all there around the YouTube booth where I kind of used as a home base. I spent a lot less time actually running around doing interviews. I didn't see any kind of like ground-breaking new products that really stood out. I did see one thing, and I actually did one interview while I was down there with this individual who's created these really interesting wood stands and stand light combos for like betta bowls and fish, you know, maybe fish bowls and small aquariums and stuff like that. That's coming up very soon. Now, my feeling about Aquashella is that it's always been it's more of a fan experience, right? So it's for people that like fish. There's stuff to buy and stuff there too, but also there's a little bit more for the fans. This one had a lot less events than the previous Aquashella, as far as like the YouTubers participating in events. There were some scape-offs and some other stuff that I didn't quite make it to. So I'm probably selling it a little bit short because I'm sure there were more events. But there weren't as many like YouTube-oriented or fish tube-oriented events. And that's not a big deal, but those are the ones I really noticed the most before, I guess. The venue was like 100 times better. It was just so much larger. It wasn't hot. I was never hot the entire time I was there, which is incredible, right? In Florida compared to Chicago. Chicago, the rooms were so small. I sweat through maybe 3 shirts the last time I was there. I was having to buy more shirts just to keep from looking like I just come out of the shower. This place was nice and cool the whole time. Really, really amazing facilities in general. Like, I gotta say that the Gaylord Palms Hotel or Resort was an amazing place. Like, I could have just spent all my time walking around that atrium. It was just incredible. In fact, I shot some footage in there. I'd love to do sort of a travel review. I'll maybe post it on an off day, not a Sunday video, of course. But yeah, I might have to do a travel review on that one because I really liked it. What's funny is the rooms themselves were kind of basic, not really interesting, but the rest of the hotel was really fascinating. It's always fun to kind of get reacquainted with my fellow fish tubers and, you know, and people that I've known for years now online. I really enjoy talking to Tanner, especially from Serpe Design. He's kind of a hero of mine. I don't think I said that. I try not to gush too much. I really enjoyed making some new friends, like the Science Gal and her husband and Ryan from, I think, Monster Fish Keepers, Monster Fish Tanks. This one. Papa Shrimp, who I wish I'd gotten to hang out with a little bit more. He seemed like a really nice guy. I enjoyed meeting Father Fish for the first time. He and I chatted a little bit here and there, and I thought he was really interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of new people that I met. There's some people that I've known for years that I got to see again. It was a good mix. It was really fun to go down there with Chattanooga Ed and James from Fish Room Fever. James had never been to one of these before. Ed's been to a couple of conventions before, lots of different kinds of conventions, but some fish ones too. And James, I don't think, has been to any of these fishy events. So it was cool to watch him run around and get to meet and become acquainted with people in real life and stuff. And it seemed like he was having a really good time. I have a good time with it for about a day and a half, and then I start getting kind of, well, not bored, but just like I've been to a lot of conventions. I really wish we had one more local so I could kind of go there film a bunch of stuff and come home and maybe be a little less burned out by the end of it. Because in the end, you're traveling and you're meeting people, and it's a weird combo. So in many ways, I liked it better than the experience in Chicago, and I think I like it better than maybe the Aquatic Experience. The Aquatic Experience usually has more products to look at, which is important too. And another kind of thing that I always look forward to seeing. There was almost none of that here at Aquashella, so I don't have a lot of new products to talk about. I really wanted to film like another car scene with us on the way back, but to be frank, we were all just exhausted. James went through after the show, and if you hang around long enough, when people start to break down, they just start giving you things. And James got a really cool tank. He got a nice 7-ports tank, kind of like this one, with the low iron glass and stuff. It's not quite as big as this, but it's a real nice little square glass box. And there's some other like random bits of furniture and stuff from the Owase booth and fish. I actually brought home a whole bunch of fish from one of the displays. I've got the Ron Rio Tetras here, and I've got some peacock gudgeons upstairs. Fisherman Fever brought home some African cichlids and some glowfish and stuff. Was funny. The trip ran kind of long on the way back. Packing the truck was it was hard because we had not planned to bring back anything like we did.
Gives us this whole space over here. So, you're going to do something about
As far as purchasing things for this trip, I had no intentions of really buying anything. And then I saw the driftwood booth. That driftwood booth, I pushed it aside. I said, I'm not going over there. I'm not gonna go buy more driftwood to just in case I need to aquascape with it later. I said that 100 times. I kept watching people walking around with these pieces of wood that I thought were really cool, and I couldn't resist. So I went in. I picked out a bunch of small pieces for a small tank. I made 2 runs going in there for the wood. The first one was all small pieces. I bought about 6 smaller pieces of wood that I could use in some of these aquascapes I typically make. You know, things about this size, or the flexes and stuff like that. But our room was really far from the hotel, so every time I bought some wood, I had to do this long walk back through the beautiful atrium. And at least it was a pleasant walk back. A long walk back, like covering these bundles of wood, and I wondered what people thought of me. Because, of course, most people there weren't there for the convention. Yeah, and then, of course, less than 24 hours, I was back. I decided I wanted some big wood for the 210 that I'd like to rescape this year at some point. And they had really big versions of the ghost wood, which is it's a type of wood that's it's like manzanita wood, but it's got wrinkles and pits and stuff in it. I went back for some huge pieces of that. And of course, what was funny is while I was shopping, this lady was, she was shopping with her snake and imagining that her snake was helping her with the decisions.
You like this one? No? What about this one?
It was really odd. But by far, that was my favorite retail experience of Aquashella, was shopping at the wood place. There are a few more things I would have bought maybe if I could, but it was already so expensive. As nice as the Gaylord is, it is a really expensive resort to just hang out in casually, and we were there for 3 days, or 3 nights. So we packed up from the Aquatic Experience with some difficulty, and we made it about halfway back when we decided we needed to do some water changes. We made an emergency pit stop at a really cool fish store. And he was kind enough to whip us up 5 gallons of fresh water to do some water changes in our bags and help our fishes make it back safe, or safe as we could get them back. We really appreciate your help, sir. We went ahead and bought a few things while we were there, too. I got some dechlorinator and a couple of other things while we were there. So after we got to Ed's place, and then James and I drove back to my place, I pulled in late at night, acclimated my fish, and we went to bed. It was a great time. Going to conventions is lots of fun. I'm not sure what else I'll be doing this year, like if I'll do Chicago or any of the other ones. But I have to say, traveling with your pals is so much better than going in alone. Like I've gone to these things typically all by myself, both steampunk conventions and you know, other fandoms as well as aquarium events. I've almost always traveled alone, and I don't know. It's as interesting as carefree as that can be. It was nice to have some conversations and talk to my fellow fish tubers. All right, that's all I got for you. I think coming up next is going to be my interview with a fellow down there. Tank Mates, the guys that made the bubble trap, have sent me a bigger and better bubble trap to try out. So that's coming up soon. And part 2 of the Water Change Companion is being recorded now. I've done almost all the interviews. There's kind of one more. I'm kind of hoping I can maybe get in under the wire before I wrap that up and take a little break. So that'll be coming up sometime in July. But that's all I got for you right now. Until next time, follow your bliss. Keep a clean tank, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.